Hi everyone, it's Rachel, and in this video I'll be showing you what we received in the Sophie and Toffee 10 years anniversary Elves box, as well as teaching you how to create a glitter lantern using the supplies included. So in the 10-year anniversary box, we received the silicone molds that we need to create the lantern, as well as the lid on top, some epoxy resin, 2 colors of pigment dye, a random color of glow-in-the-dark glitter, and also an LED candle light. So to begin creating my lantern, I took all of the lantern silicone molds and I'm starting off by rubbing some gold pigment onto the lettering inside the mold because I've decided that my lantern is going to be inspired by the colors on the booklet. I then collected a bunch of different glitters to create a pink, purple and blue color scheme with a range of fine and chunky glitters, and most of these are from previous Sophie and Toffee Elves boxes. I then mixed my epoxy resin in a cup and I used the whole 200 grams that was included. I then divided this mixture of resin into 3 separate cups where I'm going to be creating my 3 different colors. Next up, I took some Sophie and Toffee alcohol inks that I had and I'm going to be using these to color the resin. So because these colors are quite strong, I started off by adding a small drop of each one onto some baking paper, and then I added tiny bits of pigment at a time using a popsicle stick as I only wanted a very transparent color. Then it was time to start adding the glitters, which was the main element that I wanted to actually color the resin with. So here I'm adding a bunch of different iridescent glitters and also some fine holographic glitter before then adding in the pinks, purples and blues to each mixture. Once I was happy with the colors I had made, it was then time to start pouring them into the lantern silicone molds. So I just kind of created splotches of colors randomly and let them spread out themselves inside the mold. I was careful not to overflow anything and I made sure to keep it below the fill line so that I wouldn't have lots of excess resin to clean up afterwards. So here you can see I have done that with both of the lantern molds. I then also grabbed the lantern's lid mold and I added the colors in layers and just kind of spread them around a little bit using my popsicle stick. You only need to fill the lid about 1/3 of the way and then just gently press on the top plug so that the resin fills to form the shape of the hollow triangle. If you do have any excess resin spill out like mine did, you can clean this up after it has completely cured. So the next day, once my resin had hardened, I then demolded all of the pieces, and you can see here I did have a little bit of excess resin around the lid, but it was really easy to break off just using my fingers. You could also use a pair of scissors or cutters if you wanted to. The final step of the lantern is assembling everything together. So here I'm just using some UV gel to help me do that. I'm just adding a little blob inside all of the joins and then using my UV light to cure the resin as I go. As you can see, I'm not curing the resin for very long with my light, and this was purely just to hold it in place. I did actually go and place my lantern out in the sun to cure for much longer to make sure everything was nice and secure. Then to finish off the lamp, you want to add the little handle piece and place it on top of the lid and also cure that on as well. So once it's completely finished, this is what my lantern ended up turning out like. As you can see, it is very glittery and transparent, which is exactly what I was looking for, so that when the little light is placed inside, it really brings out all the glitters and the colors. I had a lot of fun making this project purely because it came out looking really pretty and fancy, but it was actually quite simple to make and assemble together. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel for lots more crafty videos, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.